All right, everybody. This is going out to my YouTube subscribers and family. I'm glad to see the list growing as subscribers. So I'll continue to update YouTube as well as my Twitter, which my Twitter feed is at Scott Ward, SCOTTWARD 03. So you can find me on there as well. So first, I wanted to talk about an early look at next year's Eagles team. Uh, there's a lot going on. Uh, I'm actually going to start with this because this is actually maybe not so controversial yet, but it's definitely a controversial topic in this city. Me lobbying to trade Zach Ertz and possibly a draft pick in return for all pro strong safety Jamal Adams. Now, the reason I would do that, it just makes you young at two positions at once, very young, with very high level players. And Adams, he was a second team All Pro his first year, first team All Pro his second year. Plays with that mean nastiness that Dawkins did. So yeah, I would love to bring that guy in here. And in terms of Goddard, I think he's a more complete tight end that can stay healthy, block, push the pile down the field. And, he's only 2 years in as well. And he's already shown that he can, be Zach Ertz and more because of his style of play. He may never catch 100 and whatever passes that Ertz caught, but he's going to, stay in the trenches and make some blocks, open up the run game, and he's going to catch them tough balls in traffic and just, run guys over down the field. So I wanted to just start off with that because that's the mindset I'm in. I know a lot of people are upset about getting rid of Ertz, and I also implicated with getting Adams. Malcolm Jenkins is gone, so you're pretty much parting ways with two of the Philly favorites here. Malcolm, I love the guy. He plays his ass off. Um, you know, uh, but the good teams know when to move on. Andy Reid, Bill Belichick, John Harbaugh, they just know when it's time and they don't wait until it's too late. Now, let me see one thing here. Over the past 4 seasons, Jenkins has taken over 1,000 snaps, and that's not even including the playoffs. So he's worn down, and he's going to falter sooner, than someone maybe his age that hasn't had the impact that he has. And I always respect Jenkins for being here. Same with Ertz. But as I was looking, if we get rid of Ertz and you want to bring in another tight end, Tyler Eifert's a free agent. Now, it might be a little pricey, but that's definitely someone that Tyler was probably the best tight end, maybe behind Gronk at his time with Cincinnati. So I would love to see how much we would have to bid to get Eifert. But let's just go over the whole draft needs. I have number one wide receiver, and that includes Jerry Judy, who, let's get honest with ourselves, we're not going to sniff him. But I do like the possibility of CeeDee Lamb. We may have to jump up a few spots to grab him, but he's another, he's a great deep threat. And one of the things I read about him is he tracks the deep ball almost better than anyone in this draft class, which sounds a lot like Deshaun Jackson. So imagine having both of them on the field. And since if we do stick with Djax, we get CeeDee Lamb and keep Ward as our slot guy. I have no faith in Whiteside being our red zone guy to make them jump balls. So another name, I'm not sure where he's going to fall in the draft. It's another receiver, Chase Claypool out of Notre Dame. Big body guy. He actually can run down the field as well, make great contested passes, run after the catch. So yeah, that would be ideal. Two, edge rushers. We definitely need to address this. Maybe one draft pick and the other get a proven pass rusher. I wrote a couple names down. Now, excuse me on the first name. He's from the Jaguars, Yannick Ngakoue, and Eric Armstead. So those are two free agents. Now, Eric Armstead, I believe, has led the league in sacks the last 3 seasons. So we don't know what kind of price tag he's going to bring along. And Chris Long, you never know if he'll come back. Linebackers. Right now we stand with Bradham, Jerry, and Camus. We gotta bulk up there. It's nothing against Jerry, but he's not a linebacker. Camus all right, but he doesn't stay healthy much. We gotta address this position. Even Bradham was hurt this year. So draft, free agency, whatever, linebackers. Then number 4, I have corners. We actually have a pretty long list here. We got Jalen Mills, Rasul Douglas, Sidney Jones, Avonte Maddox. We're in a dream world. Sidney Jones comes back and plays like the player we always thought he would, but that rarely happens. So I think you have to address this position. Free agency, you got Chris Harris, who's older. Not sure what he's gonna bring, price wise, and James Bradbury. I'm confident with any combination of Mills, Douglas, and Maddox. So I just would feel safer with one more guy, and hopefully a guy we don't have to develop. And let's get back to draft board. After corner, we have running back. Actually, in parentheses, a big running back. Or fullback, which I know some of you are listening and like, what the hell? It's just right now our running backs with Sanders and Scott. I don't know who else is coming in. We don't really have much size. So I would, look for a big running back, or Kyle Juszczyk is a free agent fullback who can kind of really do everything: catch the ball, run the ball, and blocks like a beast. So he could help us out big time. Number 6, I go to offensive guard. I'm just not too confident in. I hate to say this because Samalo's been decent, but I'm not a big fan of his. I think we can improve there. And lastly, I got strong safety, but obviously you heard I'm hoping we get Jamal Adams. And that I did put a poll up on Twitter about that trade, and last check, 80% would trade Ertz for Adams. So, couple last points. Should Wentz go back as a pocket passer? I think absolutely not. That was a dirty freak play. Had nothing to do with him getting out of the pocket. Like that's just ridiculous. But yeah, that's all I have here written down. So when I get some more information as the season goes, I'll be in touch. Thanks for listening.